welcome to a very special episode of Andertons TV.
Hi.
We are in Brixton, around the corner from where Steel Panther are playing tonight.
Yes, we just walked over here from Brixton Academy, and I bought some crack cocaine on the way.
Excellent. How difficult is it for you to get anywhere now, you know, in a major city like
Well, you know,
London?
it's not easy. I had a hip replaced 2 years ago, and it's a brand new titanium hip, but it's still not easy to walk long distances. It's very cold in England.
Yes.
I mean, it's my nipples have been hard the whole time, which is kind of sexy.
Well, I like it. And you're 2 or 3 weeks into the European leg of your tour.
Oh, is that what it? Yes, I guess you would call it that. Yes, we are 2 or 3 weeks into that, and it's going. How would you say it here in the UK? You would say swimmingly.
Great.
Swimmingly.
So is this the biggest? Is every year is just the whole Steel Panther tour thing just get bigger and bigger and bigger?
Every year we try to get bigger. Our singer gets bigger. He eats a lot of pizza, so he's getting bigger day after day. But you know, we're doing the best we can to get as many fans. I mean, our progress is not measured in record sales anymore. Obviously, nobody buys records. It's mostly just in how many girls we can get backstage.
Right.
And so yeah, we are getting bigger. I mean,
bigger? More than
there's not
Sheeran?
more girls. There's more heavy girls.
Heavier,
Heavy girls.
but
so we added up by weight.
Who do you sort of, you know, measure yourself against? You know, if you're getting more girls than, say, Ed Sheeran, would that be good?
You know, Ed Sheeran. I mean, there's obviously Ed Sheeran doesn't get a lot of girls, and I'm sorry to break that. A lot of people think that Ed Sheeran gets a lot of girls. Obviously, well, he's a pop star, so there's like, you know, there's going to be some gold diggers after him, right? But he doesn't have the sex appeal that Steel Panther has. I mean, sure, like, yeah, he's 25 years old or whatever, but you know, look at David Coverdale. David Coverdale, he just turned 92. And David Coverdale is dating, like, Sports Illustrated models. Like, he just throws them out. He's like, I'm done with you. I'm on to the next one. Because he's a rock star. And we're the same. That's what we're trying to pattern our life after. Guys like David Coverdale. Ed Sheeran, I mean, that's cool. Like, if you want to date, you know, a 15-year-old girl. And some guys do. I'm not into that. But I need him like in that prime age range between 19 to 19 and a half. You know,
very specific.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
You can cut that out if you want.
You're known for being in shape.
Thank you.
You really look after yourself.
Yeah, you know, I do a lot of steroids and.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of Photoshop as well.
Right. Okay.
You know, I paint my abs on before I go on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, is there a tone muscle that you particularly work on? I mean, one that, or is it all just about looking great?
You know, for me, it's really just about I like to feel good. So I wake up, you know, about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and you know, I do some stretches and crack open a 40-ouncer. You know, go for a jog down to the pizza place, wherever that is, and get a couple slices, and then I try to not eat for a while. I go to a strip joint. You know, I don't like to eat while I'm at the strip joint, so I usually hang out at the strip joint until showtime, and you know, once the party's on, like I forget about food, and then I go straight to the gig, and so I'm living on like a couple pieces of pizza a day.
Wow. And
just whatever else I can get my hands on as far as drugs and alcohol goes.
Wow.
And you know, you end up throwing up a lot when you're in a rock band, and that helps keep you thin.
So like the keto diet, but more drugs and pizza.
Yeah, you know, it's
excellent.
You know, a lot of people don't realize how good.
Satchel diet.
It's all about consistency, guys. Consistency. You can't go off the diet and then, you know, eat healthy for a day and have 3 meals. You got to do the pizza every day, and the party every day. Of course, the strippers every day. That just comes with the job, really.
So, I mean, Steel Panther are credited.
Have you seen this, by the way?
We're talking about this. You're credited as one of the most lyrically important bands of the 21st century.
Really, already? It's not even halfway through the century.
Is it a joint writing exercise for the band, or is there just one of you that's particularly gifted?
I like to write my own personal experiences. I like to demo things up and take it to the band, and a lot of times before the demos even start, I'll just write lyrics, down wherever I'm experiencing. Sometimes it's on girls' backs while we're making sweet love, and I'll just have to go back and take a picture of their back with the Sharpie on it, and collect lyrics like that. So a lot of my lyrics are actually pictures of naked girls with the Sharpie written all over them.
Where'd you keep the Sharpie? Is that in the bandana just so that?
I have Sharpies all over the place.
Everywhere.
I mean, I usually, if I'm backstage with a girl and we're in the middle of I like to call it a love-making session, and usually I'm totally naked because I like to look at myself in the mirror a lot when I'm doing that. And but if there's no Sharpie around, I'll call our tour manager. I'll be like, Sean, where's the Sharpies at? And he'll just walk in, and I always make sure that when he walks into the room that he's not staring at me, because that's always uncomfortable. Because if he stares right at me or right at it, I'll lose my erection really fast. So
I get it.
I mean, it's uncomfortable sometimes.
What man wouldn't? Some dudes dig that, maybe.
And I'm not against that, but he always brings Sharpies, and sometimes he'll just set the Sharpie right down on my table so I can use it. It's as flat as the table.
It's good. So gear-wise, come on, let's do this. This isn't the first Purple Monster that you've ever held.
No.
But tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is a new Charvel Satchel model, and it is my favorite one. I mean, the green one's amazing too. The yellow one's awesome too. They're all awesome. They're just different flavors of the same awesomeness. It's got Fishman Fluence pickups, which sound amazing. The Floyd Rose, which to me, there's a few things in life that were perfect the minute they were invented, and Floyd Rose is one of those things. I remember having these arguments with guys in the because there was Kaler guys. Remember back in the day, there was Kaler guys and there were Floyd Rose guys, and I was always like, I didn't understand the Kaler guys. Like what? Why would you? Why? I don't understand. I just never got it, because Floyd, they nailed it from the beginning. Like it stays perfectly in tune, and it's awesome, and you can wank all day with it, and it's killer. So the Floyd Rose is on there. These pickups have a couple different settings. You can pull your knob out.
Never gets old.
And push it back in as many times as you'd like. This particular model has 6 strings, not like the. I was going to make one to compete with the, like the new metal guys. Because I saw a guitar like Tobashi.
Tobashi Emerson.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I think so. Yeah.
He's got like 19 strings on the guitar.
At least.
Like the neck is wider than the body. It's so weird because it's the first time I've seen a guitar. The neck is actually wider than the body. There's more.
He wears glove shoes. Do you have shoes like that where there's a thing that goes in between your big toe and the next toe? That's the shoes that he wears.
Oh, I used to do that. Yeah.
Did you?
No, I know. Well, I had a hard time looking at my feet because I've seen so many camel toes over the years. I don't want to look at and see one on my feet. You know what I mean? It's just reminds me of bad experiences I had when I was a child. But this is, I mean, you can see it's a matte finish. It's a purple and black. It's a bitchin' guitar, straight up. And this one, the paint on it is actually every model of Satchel model by Charvel has a little bit of my own blood mixed in with the paint. I was like, Kiss did that, and like some other. It's not a lot. I mean, you wouldn't be able to get Hep C from it unless you're like licking the guitar, which I do on a regular basis. I can see you guys didn't watch this one. Smells like Brixton.
Yeah, it's a beautiful smell.
Which is a good thing.
How big an influence was George Lynch on you as a guitar player?
Oh, George Lynch?
It's got a vibe.
Well, I mean, you can tell George
vibe.
Lynch had a huge influence on my workout routine. I mean, he was always ripped and he looked great.
He is ripped.
And, listen, he was the best looking guy in Dokken, and don't tell Jeff Pilson that, because I know Jeff Pilson, he'll get really bummed out. But George was he was kind of a ladies' man. But, the thing is about George is he didn't have a whole lot of game. So Jeff would swoop in, and Jeff knew really big, 3-syllable words and stuff. And George would be like, what? And Jeff would run off with the girls. But George he's got great vibrato. He's got killer licks. And, he was one of the best 80s guitar players, in my opinion. Especially I think it was his phrasing more than anything, the way he phrased his solos. And he was very melodic, which, in this day and age, you can see a lot of guys, there's a lot of shredders out there on YouTube who can play very fast and very clean, but George could really say a lot with 3 notes in one solo. And a lot of his solos, you think, oh man, George Lynch, he's a shred master. He put on some of those old Dokken records. Isn't that weird to say that? Old Dokken records. Dude, are you kidding me? Tooth and Nail just came out a couple years ago, 1984, bro. So you put on, Tooth and Nail or Under Lock and Key, right, when his hair was really big. And some of his solos are holy crap, he's only playing 4 or 5 notes, and then he'll have one little lick where he'll play fast for a minute, but his vibrato and his phrasing was great. That's one thing I like about Uli John Roth as well.
Right. Okay.
He was you could hear the influence he had on Yngwie, but Uli was very sparing in his use of his speed. He would just hold on to a note for 10 or 12 months. And then he would give you a diminished wah! And oh shit. Can I say shit on here?
Of course, say anything you like.
YouTube.
I feel like this interview became...
Are you getting everything you need from me?
Yeah, well, it's...
I feel like you are.
I feel like we did there, and as we're talking marginally seriously at the moment, let's talk about some other guitar players of that era. You're, I think you're probably my second favorite after Richie Sambora in terms of rock.
He means first favorite.
I mean first favorite. But I wonder how many of those guys, if you could have
Is it because
dinner.
Richie dated Orianthi? Is that what's going on? Because, I'm telling you right now, I could bang Orianthi in a heartbeat.
I
really want
Heather Locklear.
Orianthi, if you're out there,
I don't know what to say.
She's watching.
I'm not going anywhere.
She's going to be the first comment. I will totally bang you, Satchel.
Orianthi, if you're watching and you do comment that, you will become an instant legend.
You know what? It's not just the comment. You got to go all the way with it. And let me tell you something. I have an over 55% satisfaction rating on Yelp.
Wow.
Read the Yelp reviews.
It's like a Ramada hotel.
I'll make the girls Yelp. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's actually.
It's is it maybe 2% more? It's exactly the same.
I have the exact same percentage as Ramada. I don't know why that is.
So, anyway, come on, back on track.
Yes.
So come on, you're in.
So I'm number 2.
You can have dinner with any dead or surviving guitar players, and there can be another maybe 4 of them, and you.
Right.
Where would you eat, and who would they be?
It'd be a little strange. Do the dead people come back to life, or do
that would be
Okay,
the
so
dead people can be alive. Yeah,
they can be alive again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So I get to pick 3 other people, or do I get a +3?
No, there's 5 people at the table.
Is it a +3 on the list, or is it +4? Or are you just leaving 4?
Satchel +4.
Okay, so I got +4.
Yeah.
Holy crap! And so these are just guitar players.
I tell you what, 3 guitar players and 1 wild card. Be anyone you like.
3 guitar players. Okay. 3 guitar players. Okay. All right. I think I would have to pick the first person that comes to mind. Okay, Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page.
I would go there
Jimmy
too.
Page. He's Jimmy Page.
Yeah, he's Jimmy Page.
Nobody's ever talked to him, ever. Have you ever seen him do an interview? No. Nobody's ever talked to Jimmy Page. He's so mysterious. He does black magic, and he's just. He floats in on a smoke cloud, and dude, he wrote the Rain song. He never plays the same tuning twice in a row, and he wrote Stairway to Heaven, right?
I would go with that. Jimmy Page.
Okay, Jimmy Page.
Agreed.
God, CeCe DeVille, number 2, because I just want to see Jimmy Page and CeCe DeVille sitting next to each other at a table.
What would they talk about?
What the fuck? How did this happen? This is so weird. Like Jimmy Page and CeCe DeVille. Oh my God, holy shit, I'm so embarrassed. CeCe DeVille just took a fry off Jimmy Page's plate. What the fuck? Oh my God. Sorry, Jimmy, here, have one of my fries. It'd be weird.
I agree.
CeCe DeVille, I mean, like, dude, it's a party animal, dude. Love that dude.
They would share some war stories.
Oh my God, can you imagine, like, Jimmy Page talking about, like, how Kashmir came together and fucking CeCe just going, dude, I fucked the drummer's chick one time.
And awesome. Third?
But
one more guitar player and one more.
Only get one more guitar player?
And then one random person.
Okay,
one wild card.
Out of the guitar players, I get one more guitar player.
Jimmy Page, CeCe DeVille, CeCe DeVille.
And I can bring anybody back to life.
Yes.
It'd have to be Jimi Hendrix.
Okay,
Jimi Hendrix. Because think about that. Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, who, by the way, hung out and met at one point before Jimmy partied too hard. The dead Jimmy. The other one's still alive, just nobody talks to him. But CeCe DeVille and those two, it's like, I mean, it's like a triple-decker awesome sandwich right there.
It's a big sandwich.
And then on the other side of it, I can bring anybody I want.
Anyone. Gandhi. Mother Teresa. Thomas Jefferson.
I would bring Thomas Jefferson.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
He wouldn't even know what an electric guitar was.
I know, that's what's
so deep.
I've been trying to explain to Thomas Jefferson, like, dude, you realize Jimi Hendrix OD'd on acid? They didn't even have acid in your day. And he's like, fuck, I know. And CeCe DeVille, are you kidding me?
Do you think he'd be disappointed about how, like...
About what happened to music?
Just anything. Like, what's happened to the world?
I think that, like, if you could play, like, if you just sat Thomas Jefferson down and went, listen, dude, look how fast you can print out, the Bill of Rights or the Constitution. He'd be like, oh, shit, we had to handwrite all that shit. It took forever, And I think he'd be stoked about that. And, like, a lot of those people back then, like, I think... Let's be totally honest. He would be totally stoked to have indoor plumbing and just take a shit in the house and not have to go all the way to the outhouse. That fucking sucked back then. I mean, it was a freezing cold, and I'm pretty sure that Thomas Jefferson lived in some cold areas, and like, you gotta go out all the way to the outhouse, and you guys know. I mean, you've read history books. It's crazy, and they didn't have baby wipes back then. Like, it's just messy, and it's scary. I don't know if you've ever been to an outhouse in the dark and the cold. Like, you got a candle gets blown out, you're halfway done taking a crap, you're like, I can't wipe my ass, there's no candle in here. Like, honey, can you bring a candle out? And she's like, no, pretend you didn't hear him, Am I going off track right now? It doesn't feel like it.
This is fucking awesome. This is what the people want to know.
This really is what the people want. I mean, Thomas Jefferson, CeCe DeVille, Jimmy Page, and Jimi Hendrix at the same table. And I'm just like, videotaping, because, like, you don't want to forget that shit. And then I'm like, oh my God, storage full, oh shit. That was that.
Amazing. Right.
So yeah, these are the two Satchel models.
So,
I think Thomas Jefferson would love
He would love it. I think maybe the yellow, maybe, or the purple. I'm not sure which one he'd have gone for.
I think he would go. I think he would go with the purple. I mean, it's.
Could you strum Steel Panther's favorite chord, and then we'll just call it a day?
Steel Panther's favorite chord. I have a lot of favorite chords. Dude, that's a cool chord. That's my favorite chord, an A. Because I think that you have to tune it. This is what people used to do in the old days. Actually tune the guitars with your ears. Kids don't do that anymore. I think that was the thing that inspired me to play guitar. I actually went to a concert when I was a kid, and it wasn't even the guitar player in the band. It was just some fat roadie. And he grabbed the guitar and he plugged it in, like, through like 18 Marshall stacks, and he was just checking the guitar through the PA, and he just went. And I went, fuck. That's it, dude. I'm gonna give up the ukulele and I'm buying an electric guitar, dude. And that was it. It was an A chord through a PA, and that really does win over anything. I mean, you know, through a PA, if you got a loud enough amp, you can just do this, and people can't hear anything after that. It's
great,
awesome. So, yeah, an A chord is a good chord. Any bar chord is awesome, and just you know what, kids, just remember. The chords matter. Don't just sit there and noodle on your guitar all day long, okay? You know, learn some chords, you know, put the chords together, write some dirty words, and you'll be making dozens of dollars a week, okay? And don't forget, it always sounds better on a Satchel model.
That's what he said. Look,
oh man. Shit, I'm sorry. Discount. I'm gonna have to pay for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know you're on stage very, very soon.
We are going on stage pretty soon.
I hope the rest of the tour goes well. And honestly, despite all the frivolity, I fucking really do think you're the second best guitar player.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. And remember, kids, be happy that you get to take a shit in light and heat and in your own house, and you can flush it down, and you don't have to worry about the candle going out.
See you later.
I love you. I hope that was cool. I didn't do a lot of playing, but you know what?
I think that was great. That was great.
Thanks for having me.
Honestly,
awesome.
Anytime, if you're in the UK, as I said, I just need a quick photo.